Show you how to upgrade your VivaFPV Whoop canopy. So the original Whoop right here comes with this little, sorry I was already starting the video earlier, this little plastic canopy, and it barely stays on there. I've had them bust right here. It gets in the way of the camera. It's just not a very good canopy system for this style camera. Now I actually like this camera a lot. It's a good quality camera. It's just kind of a weird shape. It sticks out. So what we've done is I've modified these old King Kong frames to fit this. And this is really sturdy and strong. And I find it holds its camera angle. It doesn't pop off. It doesn't break. It's really ideal for flying these whoops around. To do this now, since I bought these a while ago, they've upgraded their little canopy, so it's actually a little, the dimensions are off. You can see this one has a line that goes down the middle, this one doesn't. These slots are a little further back, but and some other small differences. So we're going to first line this up, get like a paint pen or a marker or something, a Sharpie, and we're going to put that camera down there. Okay, now this is where you'd want to set your angle. So if you're a really good pilot, you can set an extreme angle, something like this to where it's pointing way up. But if you're just new, I would keep just kind of maybe a 25, 15 degree angle on this guy. Okay, so I'm going to draw this line right here. About like that. Okay, and that's probably about what we're going to do. Alright, and I'm going to put this down. I'm only going to do one side because it's hard to mark both. So the easier way to do it is, see I'm marked here. I'm going to put this razor blade. Now I can actually see if I'm straight right here. And as straight as I can get it, I'm going to just kind of mark on down. Okay. And then on this side, I'm going to do the same thing. Straight across. Okay. And then we're going to get these little pieces off here. And I'm going to go ahead and make some. Got some little wire clippers here. Cut this off. I'm going to cut off a couple other things. I think I'm going to like the antenna sticking out the top if it will. So we're going to try clipping off this top part. We don't have a button here, so we don't need it anyways. Let's see what might work better with this guy. Yep, there you go. And there we are. So we're going to kind of line this up and see how it fits in first. Now you'll notice whatever you do, you're gonna have to cut further back because these wires that come around it. So it looks like that's already something I'm gonna have to run into here. So I'm gonna go back to here, cut down a little bit more, and then I'm gonna be careful where your fingers are when you're doing this for sure. Okay, now you can see it's actually starting to fit in there fairly good. Alright, but not exactly like I want. The wire cutters also work pretty well here. Let's go ahead and it's okay if you cut into that thing, it doesn't make a difference. I'm going to cut this little guy off because we don't need it. Let's test this out again. Okay, it looks pretty good. Sets back in there fairly good. If anything, it might be a little too far back, but we'll provide good protection there. So I'm actually going to cut up a little forward a little bit more. Ooh, I should have done that. Okay, that looks pretty good right there. And it'll be a little better especially once we get this screwed down, because we're going to put some standoffs on here, and these actually ducts of the whoop will hold that camera up in place, and it'll be really nice and secure. Okay, don't have a good angle on this. I probably usually want a little more, but we'll see what we can adjust with it. All right, so the next part, you're going to need 2 different size screwdrivers. You're going to need 2 standoffs, about this, and then 4 of the little standoff screws. So we're going to go here, we're going to take off these little, I don't know what you can call that, little socket that snaps the canopy on. We're going to take these screws off. Oh no, broke the screw off in the thing. That's not strong screws. So it looks like you might have to be careful taking these screws off, because I just broke one off in the thing. So I'm going to take this guy. Go the other way. I got it. You can see I broke off that screw, and that's the first time that's happened. Okay, so what you're going to know is that these little, I think they're 2M standoffs, won't fit through this hole. So we're going to have to get a Dremel. So go ahead and just pause the video 1 second. Alright, I'm going to plug in this little, this is a rotary tool. I'll sometimes refer to it as a Dremel. Dremel is just the popular brand that makes it, but it's a rotary tool. It just spins real fast. And it's got this little milling slash bit at the end that I use. It's just about the same. So see these little holes? Now watch where your wires are. I'm going to just go straight down there, and it's going to widen that hole. So I'm going to move my wires out of the way. I'm going to go right down this carbon fiber frame. There you go. So here, you can see the difference from before. Alright, this is before. It's a little small hole. This is after. You'll notice now these screws will fit right through there. Okay, pretty snugly, but they will go through. Okay, so I'm gonna do this other one real quick. Drop this guy. Okay, so we're going to put 2 screws through the bottom. This one's the bigger screwdriver. Oh. Okay, we're going to put our standoff on here. Don't over tighten it, just snug. Same thing on this side. Oh. Oh, there it went right through. Take your stand off. Now I take a canopy, fit it on there, take the other 2 screws. I'm not going to screw in all the way, I'm just going to kind of get it started. Because this is where we're going to want to make adjustments if we have to. Okay, I want to go up a little more, but it looks like in order to do that, well, I think, let's see the angle. This is probably a good angle starting out. I probably prefer something more like this, but you'll just figure out your own. You can adjust this later on. You might have to adjust your cuts like right here. I'd move this back. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go do it right now. I'm gonna show you kind of a trick. I kind of like using the soldering iron to kind of like this top part where it's not, just get that soldering iron and bring it up there. Kind of gives it a nice smooth rounded finish. Turn it off when you're done. One more time. Uh-oh. I lost a screw while I was doing that. There it is. I found if you want to adjust the angle on this, some things that you can do. The foam tape, you can add more foam tape. You can actually take this part back and bend it into whatever position you want. But this is going to be about ideal. If you actually look at it, it lines up perfect there. It's not going to block your vision at all, but it's also going to keep the camera from hitting first. And if you've flown these around, you know that your camera is a lot of times the first thing to break, because whenever that hits, it's just not very durable. Glass, I've broken them a million different ways. You can keep your antenna out here. I actually think I would rather have my antenna sticking up, and I'll tell you why. So these dipole antennas, which is what this is, they work better if they're actually up and down than backwards, or you at least want, so ideally you want them at like a slant, but and there's times I'm not exactly a radio expert, but I saw somebody do a YouTube video on this about how the position of your antenna greatly affects like the kind of reception that you get with these dipole ones. So but what this also helps is the flip over after crash mode. So let's go and try and see if we can get this in here. I can tell you when I push this in here, it's wanting to push this camera forward. So let's try it like this. So like I said, this is where I'm saying that you can bend it. There's actually some little sticky tabs. You can take this thing apart and re-stick it to get your angle. But we're gonna try just holding it into place so it's not fighting it that much. And put it on. There we go. Now be careful, sometimes when you're spinning this, it spins the whole thing, so you have to just maybe put your finger on that screw down there, get it nice and tight. This thing went on there perfectly, look at that. See, the nice thing about that antenna sticking up is you're flying at this angle, you ideally want this going straight up and down to get the best signal. But whenever you go to flip over after crash mode, especially in 1S, it won't do it like this. It doesn't have enough, it's too much to get it over, but I'm pretty sure in this, it doesn't take as much force to just pop it up over, and that antenna will actually help you be able to flip over after crash in the 1S mode. Okay? And so that right there is the cool mod. This is way more durable plastic, and it's just going to make your, you know, you're not going to see that canopy. It's not going to bust on you. It's going to be a lot more secure. So I really recommend doing this to anyone who bought this. This was if you didn't know, this was a really cool Black Friday deal. I don't think you can get it anymore. Probably will ever be able to buy another 2S, but it was $50, which is insane. So pretty cool little guy. All right, thank you.